Hello and welcome to News Plus and Viewer Television. My name is Zainab Ibrahim. In a move aimed at fostering increased connectivity and economic collaboration, the federal government of Nigeria has successfully inked a bilateral air service agreement with the state of Kuwait. The signing ceremony, which took place during the International Civil Aviation Organization meeting in Riyadh, was presided over by Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development. Keyamo hailed the agreement as a testament to Nigeria's commitment to international cooperation in the aviation sector and highlighted its significance in bolstering relations between the two nations. Describing the accord as a landmark moment in the diplomatic ties between Nigeria and Kuwait, the minister emphasized the potential it holds in elevating connectivity and enhancing economic cooperation between the two countries. Tunde Moshood, Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the minister, conveyed Kiyamo's optimism about the prospect of the newly signed agreement in a statement. The National Assembly has threatened to sanction ministers and head of ministries, heads and departments and agencies of the federal government who fail to be committed to the defense of their budgetary allocations. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, issued a threat during the stakeholders' retreat on the 2024 appropriation bill in Abuja. Akpabio said the Senate and the House of Representatives will not tolerate ministers or heads of departments and agencies not interested in defending the allocations to the ministries or agencies in the 2024 budget. He says such officials of government may face consequences. The Senate President also disclosed that the National Assembly will maintain January-December budget cycle and urged those at the retreat to be open-minded, honest, and factual in their deliberations. The Nigerian Labour Congress said it has started reappraising federal government proposed commencement of 30,000 naira minimum wage slated to begin from April 2024. Speaking at the ongoing 19th edition of the NLC 2023 Hamatan School in Abuja, NLC President J. Ajero said the commencement of negotiation of the new national minimum wage in 2024 would be based on the prevailing cost of living in the country. Ajero, represented by the NLC Vice President Benjamin Anthony, said it was necessary for government at all levels to recognize that life and living conditions are exceedingly difficult. He said the recent assaults on workers and their leaders in Imo poses a great threat to freedom of association and collective bargaining. The House of Representatives has resolved to improve local human capacity in the oil and gas industry to address capital flight in the country. The chairman of the Committee on Petroleum Resources Training Fund, Thomas Ereyitomi, said this at the inauguration of the committee in Abuja. He disclosed that the House of Representatives is also seeking to shore up the gross domestic product of Nigeria, noting that the committee was committed to repositioning the manpower development drive, economic growth and diversification, fostering social development, and ensuring the global competitiveness of country. Ereyitomi noted that the committee remained one of the important committees of the lower house as its tasks remained enormous. The lawmakers say their mandate, as outlined in the standing orders of the House, was a testament to the committee's pivotal role in shaping the nation's future. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has called for increased budgetary allocation to intensify its fight against corruption in the country, which will enable it to enhance its operations and effectively tackle the pervasive issue of corruption in the country. According to the chairman of the Anti-Graft Agency, Ola Olukoyede, the EFCC has been facing numerous challenges in carrying out its mandate due to limited resources, as its agency's current budgetary allocation is not commensurate with the scale and complexity of corruption cases it deals with on a daily basis. Speaking at the budget defense in Abuja, the chairman of the commission emphasized the urgent need for increased funding and oversight by the committee.
Step by step, point by point, monthly basis, quarterly basis, we have put mechanism in place to ensure that if we give you the opportunity to have your approval for our total proposal, we also want to confirm that it will be implemented to the last couple. Provided we have full releases for the money we are proposing, for the budget we are proposing. And the issue of non-release of capital in 2023. As I said earlier, that the few capital projects that we implemented in 2023, which we are still implementing, they were not executed out of the release that was given us under the 2023 capital goals.
The chairman of the House Committee on Financial Crimes, Honorable Jinja Obina, noted that it is the responsibility of the committee to carry out oversight functions, as this will address any loophole in the agency.
Ongoing projects, why the 60% reduction from what we had in 2023 to what we are having in 2024? I want to know if all the ongoing projects are already completed. I want to know the reason why this reduction. If you look at it, in 2023, you have 2,530,707,086.00. Now in 2024, you have 1,241,237,267.00. A difference of 1,200,000 and something, 80-something million thereabouts. So this is a very big shift from what you had in 2023.
While meeting with the Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit, the chairman also urged its members to unite in their commitment to safeguarding the economic prosperity of the nation. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Petitions has issued a warrant of arrest against the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, for refusing to appear before it to answer questions on the oil sector. The panel also ordered the arrest of the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Mandin, and 17 others. Among the 17 to be arrested are the heads of National Petroleum Investments Management Services, Ethiop Eastern Exploration and Production Company Limited, and Western Africa Exploration and Production. Others are heads of Altio Eastern EMP Co. Limited, FEX Exploration and Production Limited, the MD First EMPOML 3885, JVS Holdings Oil and Mobile Producing Nigeria Oil Limited. The resolution was reached at the investigative hearing of the committee to consider a petition filed by one Fidelis Uzo-Wanem on Tuesday. Now let's go on a quick break, and when we return, News Plus continues.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive 305, here for a business weekend. It's been an amazing stay. Conference hall and business facilities here are stylish and innovative. The Envoy Hotel is luxury, esoteric, opulence, for ultimate comfort.
discerning travelers, we are more than just a place to stay. We are an icon of comfort, style, and thoughtful luxury. We are Envoy Hotel.
Welcome back. You're still tuned to News Plus. The Rivers State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of 4 of its operatives engaged in the purported kidnapping of a hotel worker in Port Harcourt and the subsequent demand for a ransom to free him. The hotel worker, simply identified as Darlington, was reportedly snatched on his way to work last Friday at about 8 p.m. when the police operatives stopped him near Choba in Obio Akwa local government area of the state. According to report, the road cops checked the man's phone and body but found nothing incriminating on him. However, after identifying where the man was working, the police reportedly kidnapped him and threatened to kill him, as they had done in the past to all the victims who refused to comply with them. Reports indicated that the cops put the man inside a truck and patrolled with him till they finally moved him to a bush near Alu in Ikwere local government area of the state. The Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, sitting in Abuja, has ordered the government of the Republic of Benin to pay Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyomo, also known as Sunday Igboho, the sum of 20 million CFA for unlawful detention and violation of his fundamental human rights. While giving judgment in a suit filed by Igboho in Abuja, the court directed the country to make payment within 3 months from the day of judgment. Justices Gweri B. Kotara, Shegun M. Koroma, and Ricardo Claudio Goncalves, in a unanimous judgment also ordered by Benin Republic government to present evidence of the payment to the court within the stipulated time. Recall that Adeyomo sought enforcement of his fundamental human rights after he was arrested and detained on July 21, 2021, while traveling to Germany, Erot, the neighboring country. He was detained for more than 1 year. It is generally believed that his arrest and detention were ordered by the Nigerian government. Following the tragic incident at Tudumbiri in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State, Deputy Governor Hadiza Balaribe has led a delegation on a condolence visit while appealing for calm. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Hadiza Balaribe, offered heartfelt sympathies to the affected families and pledged unwavering support to the families of the victims. She said while they await the findings from the panel of inquiry, the support of federal government in taking care of the victims was needed, saying that the state government alone cannot meet their needs.
This incident by his race will never happen again in the life of Kaduna State and the country at large. Please continue to pray for the people of Tudumbiri and continue to douse tension. Instead of coming here to come and create some kind of tension, we're appealing to everybody that is here to find a way, to talk to, especially the youth, because they're usually the ones that are being used by people who are outside of this community to cause confusion.
Saddened and still wailing over their loss, the residents of Tudumbiri village as well as survivors narrate the dark experiences that took place during the Mulid celebration.
Of 6 to 7 people. Now see one of my father. They leave him with a little baby just about 6 months old. What will he be enjoying in the village anymore? When I saw dead bodies all over the village, I was shocked because it just happened of sudden. When I come out from my house and went to my neighbor's house, I just heard about the second bomb.
Bomb was dropped. I came out. I saw plentiful of corpses laid on the ground as if they were sprayed with chemicals. Some were amputated. Lot of parts of body were missing.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagwaja, has also commiserated with victims of the incident as he pays a condolence visit to the affected persons currently receiving treatment at the Barao Diko Hospital, Kaduna. He assures them of all necessary support as the military remains resolute.
What happened as just a temporary setback. It was not intended. It's regrettable, it's unfortunate, and we'll work with the community to provide necessary support to the community as a whole and to the injured persons so that they can quickly regain their health.
Has already been conducted for those who died during the airstrike. A former member of House of Representatives representing Jos South and East Federal Constituency of Plateau State, Honorable Danjuk Bagos, has renovated the school-donated 300 kVA transformer and water to some communities while on a thank-you tour in his constituency. Appreciating the massive support he continued to enjoy by the people, our correspondent Nasiru Saidu was there and now reports.
Amid cheering supporters, Honorable Musa Bogos was received by teeming supporters across his constituency. The thank you tour extends to various parts of his constituency where he commissioned a newly acquired transformer to do community, supported start-up businesses in Zawang, inaugurated a remodeled primary school, and initiated a water project in Sot Gyal.
I can clearly tell you that some of the projects that we have commissioned wasn't even constituency project. It was intervention by my foundation, which it wasn't resources from a constituency project that was allocated by the National Assembly. Because barely the 2023 budget has just been implemented before now. So it's something that we're going to continue to do according to the resources available within our reach through the foundation and any other area that we can do what we need to do for our people.
Honorable Bogos and former Plateau State Governor Senator John Ajang used the medium to call on Plateau people to remain calm amidst the temporary setback by the appeal court.
There is no project that God starts and abandons. No project. So the message to Plateau people is that just wait upon God and you will see what God will do at the end of it. Remain strong, remain resolute, because justice, peace, and progress is for the people.
There's a court that is above all courts. Yes. And the court of heaven has sat down. Amen. And the righteous judge has judged. Amen. And I want to assure you that God Almighty will create a way where there's no way. Yeah. Amen. The case of our governor in the Supreme Court, God will touch the hearts of those judges. Amen. And do justice. Amen. And even those that they have given wrong judgments, God will create a way. This judgment will be revisited. Amen. And will be reviewed and the right owners of the seats. Otherwise, how can out of 5 local governments in the south, the alone won only one? They are pronouncing him as a 7.
Honorable Musa Bogos reiterated the belief that the mandate given to him remains intact. He asked his constituents to maintain faith and trust in God as they navigate the current political landscape in the state. Nasru Seidu, VOA TV News, Jos.
The USAID Breakthrough Action Nigeria has engaged the people of Jama'a Ward of Toro local government area of Bauchi State for total sanitation exercise and called for regular practice as health experts identify environmental hygiene as a major challenge that contributes to widespread Lassa fever in many communities around the area. During the sanitation exercise, village head of Jamal community Isa Umar expressed commitment to ensure every household comply with regular sanitation and proper storage of farm produce to avert too many rats, which is also one of the causative agents of Lassa fever. Our Bauchi State correspondent Awal Hassan completes the story.
This is Jama'a community of Toro local government area of Bauchi State, which is predominantly inhabited by agrarians. It is one of the communities in Toro that has a history of Lassa fever outbreaks, where many people have been hospitalized. Bello Ahmad and Abubakar Umar are among the survivors of Lassa fever who were recently discharged from hospital after being diagnosed with the disease and admitted for about 2 weeks.
Abun ya fara mun daga zazzabi ne. Daga zazzabi ya fara mu amma ban kwanta ba. Ya fara ya koma kuma gabaki ɗaya jikina ya mutu ba ƙarfi. Ya koma ciwon kai. Mun yi magani. Ina in na sha magani zan ji gashi kamar na samu sauki daga magani ya bar aiki a jikina shikenan jiki ya kai shi.
Lokacin da aka gano wannan cuta daga jikina an san wani irin magani za a bani kuma an san wani irin kula da ni da a yi har ubangiji ya sa na samu lafiya. To alhamdulillah daga lokacin da aka tabbatar min da wannan cutan sun bani magani kuma sun mun jinya na warke domin na kai wajen kwana 10. Ina cika kwana 10 nan ko suka tabbatar min da cewa wannan cutan ta fita daga jikina.
Poor environmental hygiene has been identified as one of the major challenges faced by this community, which has contributed to the widespread of Lassa fever. In an effort to address the challenges of environmental hygiene and curb the spread of Lassa fever in these and other communities around Toro, USAID Breakthrough Action Nigeria deems it necessary to embark on this sanitation exercise, where residents were engaged and assigned to clear the market space.
So one of the things we felt we needed to do was to see how we are able to work together to have a community-led environmental sanitation, and wanted it to be owned by the community. And such, we are also able to drive the process ourselves, ensuring that people are demonstrated to ensure that the community members are seeing what we are doing.
Jama'a, being a community that is predominantly inhabited by farmers, their interaction with rats, which is another causative agent of Lassa fever, is also a source of concern as their mode of storage for farm produce can easily attract rats.
Our concerns are basically the fact that first, the hygiene, sanitation of the environment where these persons are living, which is the community, then how they are also able to do proper storage such that we don't have the entrance of these rats into the warehouses to eat these grains. I've showed you a couple of warehouses where we see how littered this is. It's not properly sealed. To the roof of the house, we have gaps where these rats go in, and you can see the grains all on the floor. You can even see samples of excreta, feces of rats within that same space,
While at the palace of the ward head of Jama'a, Isa Umar pledged to ensure regular sanitation in the community. He also promised to ensure regular monitoring to ensure that each household comply with the instruction. Awal Hassan, Viewer TV News, Bauchi.
Away from Nigeria, the United States said it will refuse visas for extremist Israeli settlers behind a wave of violence against Palestinians in the West Bank, as it also asked Israel to do more to spare civilians in Gaza. The visa measures amount to a rare concrete repercussion by the United States against Israelis and the nearly 2-month-old war, in which President Joe Biden has nudged the U.S. ally privately but also promised strong support. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the United States would refuse entry to anyone involved in undermining peace, security, or stability in the West Bank, or who takes actions that unduly restrict civilians' access to essential services and basic necessities. Similarly, the State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said that dozens of settlers who were not publicly named would be affected. The visa ban also applies to their immediate family members. Restrictions on entry to the United States will not apply to extremist settlers who are U.S. citizens.
The West Bank this year is at levels not seen since the Second Intifada. And in recent weeks, an alarming surge in violent acts has driven this unwelcome record even higher. This includes unprecedented levels of violence by Israeli extremist settlers targeting Palestinians and their property, displacing entire communities, as well as violence by Palestinian extremist militants against Israeli civilians. Today, as President Biden recently warned, the United States is taking action to address this escalating violence in the West Bank by implementing a new visa restriction policy under Section 212A3C of the Immigration and National...
Russian President Vladimir Putin has begun a trip to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, hoping to shore up support in the Middle East from two major oil producers allied to the U.S. as the invasion of Ukraine grinds on Putin landed in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the Emirates. A federation of 7 sheikdoms now hosting the United Nations COP28 climate talks. It marked his first trip to the region since before the coronavirus pandemic and the war. And as it faces an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court over the war in Ukraine, neither Saudi Arabia nor the UAE has signed the ICC founding treaty, meaning they do not face any obligation to detain Putin over the warrant accusing him of being personally responsible for the abductions of children from Ukraine during his war on the country. Putin skipped a summit in South Africa over concerns he could be arrested on arrival there. As he arrived at Abu Dhabi Qasr Al Watan Palace to meet Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the country's ruler, the UAE's military acrobatics team flew in formation with red, white, and blue smoke trailing them and the colors of the Russian flag. And that is all we have on News Plus today. Stay tuned for more of our program. My name is Zainab Ibrahim.